Alright guys, so welcome to today's video. In today's video we will actually start with the work on the whole attack system of our fighters, okay? So that's going to be the topic for today's video and for the next episodes now, because that is going to be a topic which, is extremely large, okay? Now, we're going to start off by, going to this build rig and then adding a block rig to this whole base plate. And this base plate right here, or this dummy, let's say, this one is going to be our enemy. So it is going to, have this health GUI, and it is going to be the victim of our attack. So when we approach him and when we click on him, then all of our fighters right here, they're going to circle around him, and then they are going to, just attack him. Alright, so how do we do that? Now, let's first of all do some preparations before we start off. So I have already talked about a health GUI or health bar. Let's do that first of all. So right click on the head and add a billboard GUI. Okay, so make sure that you set display distance type to none, otherwise the name is going to block this whole GUI, this whole health bar. And yeah, make sure to choose the perfect size so that our health bar right here looks pretty cool. Okay, so this is fine. Now let's add some frames inside. So I'm going to add this first frame, and this is going to be the background actually. So background. Now you're actually free to choose on how you want to design this whole health GUI, this whole health bar. So I'm just going to design it this way. If you want to do it the same way, then go ahead and copy all of my steps. If you want to, just make it look different, then you can do that as well. But I'm not able to help you out if that's the case, okay? Okay, there we go. So let's call this frame front and make sure that the background transparency is at 1. And yes, so that's it for the design. Now, if you want to make this whole thing work through scripting, then we have to do the following. Wait, it could be that this billboard GUI is not going to work out because of, because we're using a script and we're supposed to use a local script. Wait. Let's actually do it this way. So let's have a folder right here, which is going to hold all of the enemies, okay? Enemies, and then just, move your dummy inside of here. And now we are going to refer to that folder. So workspace, no, wait for child, enemies. Now, if this folder exists, then we want to do the following. So we want to loop through that folder, okay? So folder get children. Basically, we are getting every instance which is inside of this folder, or every child, let's say, because every instance could be misleading in this case. And yeah. So now we want to do the following. So we want to refer to this billboard GUI. So enemy head billboard billboard GUI, and yeah. So let's create a function, update bar. This one is going to update the health bar, and it actually needs this front frame and the text L, so text label, and it also needs the humanoid. Okay, so those 3 arguments. So it is going to do the following. So let's create a variable, and this one is going to be the result of this calculation right here. So we have to divide our health with our max health to get a value, and this value is going to be used to adjust the size and to update this text label right here. Okay, so it is basically the amount of it basically represents the percentage of our current health in relation to our max health. Okay, so if you have 20 health, for example, and your max health is at 100, then you have 20% of your max health, and that is basically what this variable q is trying to express. And it is important to do it this way. You could have also used 100 for the max health, but this would imply that your max health is constantly being at 100, which is not going to be the case for us, because we are going to have some boss dummies later on, some boss enemies, which are going to have, a much higher max health. Okay, that's the reason why we're not doing it that way. Now, first thing which we want to do is that we want to update this text label, so text L, text health, and then math floor Q, and then this percentage right here. Let's also use toString on it. I'm not sure if it is necessary at this point, but well, let's just convert it into a string just to be safe. Now the next thing is going to be the front. So it is actually fine. Get service, tween service. So we are going to make use of this tween service. And if you guys do not know what a tween service is, then check out my some videos of my other series, because I am actually explaining this tween service so many times in those videos. So go ahead and check out my channel, guys, if you don't know what the tween service is about. Now, we are basically trying to move from status 1 to status 2. So let me explain it to you. If you have an instance with certain properties, okay, let's say size is at 111 and the transparency is at 0.2, so that's basically our instance in its first status. Now, we are trying to achieve a goal, okay? It means we want those properties, means the transparency and the size to change. It means we want to attain a second status, a goal, let's say. And if we pretend that the transparency, for example, is supposed to go from 0.2 to maybe 1, then you could, of course, just change the value immediately. It means there is no transition or anything. You could do that, but it would look so awful to the eye. Therefore, there's this tween service which actually creates some kind of transition in between those two statuses. So that's my way of explaining it. I think that it actually helps people to understand the idea behind of the tween service. Now, tween info new basically delivers some settings for this tween. For example, you can tell this tween or this create function at the end the amount of time which is going to be used to, finish the tweening. Now, and the easing style, basically just the easing style, I'll always use linear. You can also work on this easing direction. I think this has to be the repeat count. This has to be whether it is reversed, and I'm not sure. The last number is the delay, I think, but I'm not sure about it. But we do not need those. Therefore, just put 0 false and 0. Now, those curly brackets right here, they indicate the second status, so the goal which we are trying to attain. In this case, we want the size to change. Okay, so the size of this front frame. And this size right here, so as you guys should know, on the x-axis, this bar either moves to the right and to the left. On the y-axis, it moves up and down. In this case, we only want this bar to shrink or to go more to the left if you're losing health, and we want it to go more to the right if you're gaining health. Therefore, we only have to influence the x-axis in this case. Let me just remove all of those local scripts, which are so unnecessary to leave open. There we go. So we only need to work with the x-axis, and in this case, we only need to enter Q. Because, as I've already told you, Q basically delivers our health in relation to our max health. Okay, therefore we can just use Q. Now, this is actually it. Yeah, do not forget to put this column play at the end so that the tween is actually playing. And yeah, so that's it. Now we can enter update bar and GUI front, GUI health, and enemy humanoids. Now the thing is that if the health changes, we are pretty much unable to detect that change, because there is this property get changed signal function, but between due to the mismatch properties of udem2, udem. Okay, so I have a typo in there. So the problem is that we are not actually able to, detect when a certain property inside of the humanoid changes. So there is this function called get property change signal, but it didn't work out for me. It never worked for me, That's the reason, guys. So health is at 1. There is actually one more thing we should pay attention to. So instead of having toString math floor Q, so only Q, we need to have Q multiplied by 100. We actually have it in percentages whatsoever. As you can see, we are now at 100, but the GUI is not able to update itself, okay? Therefore, we either need to add a loop inside of it, which would be awful because, loops, they drain a lot of performance. And if we have much more enemies inside of here, then we have a huge problem, okay? Because a lot of performance is being drained. I could try to use this get property change signal, but I don't think that this will work. We'll see. It is funny because there is actually an event, but I've just never heard of it. So there is this event called health changed. I really never heard of it, but we'll see if this works. Because if it works, then I'm happy. Let's hope that it works. Let's hope so. So, I know that I'm currently in client mode, but this should work out since we are actually having a local script, which is responsible to display this whole thing, or to update it. Wait, totally wrong. Come on, where's the health? Where's the health? Temp index null with health. Why? Why? There is no reason. There is no reason to do so. Why? Wait, I have to check this out. So it is actually able to refer to it. Oh, it is because I haven't filled anything inside of here. I'm so dumb, guys. I'm sorry. It is almost midnight, and I'm recording this video, you know, so the hustler lifestyle has to go on. But I have finally found the problem, and yeah, this should work now. So 50 humanoid. Come on, like, come on. There we go. Come on now. Don't do any funny things. Come on. No more playing. Come on, quit the playing. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, well, instead of having math floor, we should get rid of this math floor. Let's have it this way. Okay, 100. Put it down to 30. 50. Works totally fine, as you can see. It works totally fine. There we go, guys. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If so, leave a like, subscribe, share this video with all of your friends. Leave me feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next episode or in the next video. And in the next video, we'll hopefully move on with all of the preparation for the attacking, you know. So I'm probably going to create some parts which are going to encircle this guy right here. And the idea is that we are going to make the fighters align to those parts each time when you want to start an attack, means when you want to click on that dummy. And then after that, they're just automatically going to attack. So we are going to script the attacks to the next... No, not to the next episode. I do not want to make false promises, but we are going to script them later on. And, you know, we are just going to do some stuff about it, okay? So that's just to quickly tell you my plans for the future episodes, guys. Okay, with that being said, see you in the next episode. I love you.